Hello, so my name is Chris, this is my channel. I never normally do that bit. Normally on my channel I talk about the web series that I'm working on at the moment. This week I wanted to do something a bit different. I wanted to talk about scary videos on the internet. So I'm going to do a sort of top 5 list, not really in any order. I guess they're the ones that I find most interesting, I suppose. So the first video I wanted to talk about is a video called I Feel Fantastic. So here's a clip. Yeah, so that was a robot singing. The video is about 2 minutes long, and it has very strange moments. I mean, it's very strange anyway, obviously, because it's a robot. There's a shot of a backyard. There's a bit where the robot appears on the ceiling. There are things about that video that I just do not understand. Like, I can understand a guy making a robot and wanting to show it off. That's fine. That's good. I'm good with that. But why? Why is there a random shot of the backyard? Why does she suddenly appear on the ceiling? There's another video online where a woman is kind of studying robotics, and she decides to track down this guy to find out what it's all about. And so she calls him in the video. There's a phone call with the guy who made the android, and he's really, like, immediately really defensive. Yeah, he just sort of refuses to talk to her. And all of it, you put all of that together, and plus the other videos which are also weird, like there's one where he's driving nails through her face and stuff. I just don't understand what's going through that person's head. Like, the next video I want to talk about is Body of a Pig. So if you've ever watched any ghost hunting shows, and who hasn't, there's this thing that called EVP, I'm not sure what that stands for, where they kind of record stuff on a microphone and the people in the room don't hear it, but when they play the sounds back, there's like a ghost voice on the microphone's picked up a ghost voice, and it's usually saying something like "get out" or "I'm going to get you because I'm a ghost" or something. It's because I think what happened was they sort of ghost hunting shows realised that they weren't getting enough stuff happening, so they're like, well, let's invent this thing. Body of a Pig is a video where this group of ghost hunters, they go into this sort of, God knows where they are, like a basement or something, but it looks like a cave.
Get him. Get him. Jesus, look at that, mate. It's exactly like the one over there, look.
And then
Misty.
they take a photo inside the room, and they show the photo, and there's this creature. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. The voices, as it doesn't even sound like a genuine EVP. I mean, they're not obviously genuine anyway. But I have the body of a pig. To me, is a terrifying thing for a ghost to say. I mean, I don't believe in ghosts, but this is what I understand. Like, if you're faking that video and you're like, right, we're going to put the EVP in here, what should the ghost say? And the only way it kind of makes sense is if you turn to the Bible, as I often do. Yeah, so there's a story where there's the guy who's possessed by demons, and Jesus turns up and he casts the demons out into a nearby herd of pigs, and the pigs throw themselves off a cliff. It's like The Exorcist, but with Jesus and pigs. It's kind of scary because you think, well, what if the ghost that these people have found is one of the original demons from the Bible who still thinks that he's trapped in a pig? Like, that's a terrifying idea to me, because you're dealing with like ancient evil and ancient angry evil. Speaking of pigs, the next one I want to mention, this is more of a channel. There's a channel called Pigman. There are 3 videos on this channel that haven't been any videos since, and they're all shot through this weird filter. They're all kind of slowed down. They're kind of creepier to me because they're quite obviously filmed in Brighton down the road. So the idea of, you know, I used to go to Brighton Museum on my lunch breaks. The idea that there was some guy filming weird videos in there is weird. Anyway, I'll post a clip. There's that. So speaking of Pigman, there's another channel that's very similar called Ben's Playhouse. This one is even creepier, really, because it's got Pigman doesn't have any people in. It's just this sort of floating camera, really. Ben's Playhouse has people in, people wearing masks. Because again, these videos don't make any sense. They're all quite short. They're all kind of weirdly shot. But here's a clip. With both of those things, it's not necessarily. I mean, the videos themselves are sort of creepy, but it's more what's going through the person's heads when they post them. I find both those channels incredibly strange. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, and it's this website called Random Tape, where a guy kind of recorded strange sounds and then interviewed people about where they'd come from, I suppose. And there's one episode where he interviews a guy who's had a very strange phone call in the middle of the night. So this phone call, which his answering machine called. So you hear the recording on the thing. Essentially, this phone call has this very strange music on it. It kind of sounds like something from a number station. If you know again.
And then out of nowhere, you hear this weird, like, guttural voice. Right when I heard that voicemail the very first time, I just got like chills. Like I
The sort of
heard
interview, the guy
die.
goes on to say that he managed to track down the phone number that it had come from and who that belonged to. And he also found the house that it came from on sort of Google Street View thing, and it's this kind of dilapidated old house. The person that the phone number belonged to is a kind of elderly woman. The fact that it's come from the house of an elderly lady, like, that just seems weird. Like, it just throws up all these questions. Like, was it her? Is it someone in a house? Is it a family member? Has someone broken into a house to do it? Does she still even live there? I mean, again, it's not obvious. Like, if you were faking it, those wouldn't be the obvious choices. And I guess this is what links it back to my series, because my series is a fake vlog. It's doing quite well as a fake vlog at the moment. Particularly the last episode. We're up to 5 episodes now, and the 5th one, every time I post one, I think people are going to guess that this isn't real. And so far no one has. An antagonist character is going to come into it, and it will be interesting to see how people react to that. At what point will it break? You know, at some point it's going to become clear that this isn't real, and then we'll see what happens. If you're interested, as always, I'm not going to post a link to my series, to my own series. I'll post the links to these random videos, but not to my own series. I do need kind of help steering the story, so I am keen to get people who do know the truth involved. But if you want to be one of those people, you have to message me on Twitter. I'm at CG_Regan on Twitter. If you send me a message, I'll send you a link to the series, and you can have a look and decide whether you want to help out. A few people are already doing that, which is fantastic, and yeah, it's going really well. Have a good Halloween. Check out some of those videos if you want to scare yourself, and I will maybe, I don't know when I'm going to post another of these, because we're filming the next sort of block of videos for the series soon, which means I might get really busy, but I might try and film some of that stuff. Let's see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye bye.